Hello, in the following video, you will be introduced to how to start a class. Or if you like, we shall be looking at ways of studying a lesson. This is your presenter, Dr. Kibet. Your introduction to a new topic or content is like the start of an epic movie. And how you choose to introduce that new information can make it or break it. While teachers aren't trained movie producers, we can still use some tricks and strategies to grab our students' attention and get them excited about the new information they're about to learn. The opening consists of the procedures the teachers uses to focus on students' attention on the learning aims of the lesson. The sequencing means the sequence of the activities used to attain the goals of a lesson. The pacing is the extent to which a lesson maintains its momentum and communicates a sense of development. Apart from the attention getters, do-nows, morning meetings, the hugs, and high fives, there are often many other ways teachers use to start their lessons. And in the following section, I want to introduce to you to many ways that you can introduce your lesson. First and foremost, one, introduce with audio or video. In a highly audio-video based world, our students are used to flashy things to get their attention. Everyone loves a good video, especially children. So video can be a great way to create interest or teach a simple concept before a lesson. Start with an object. This we can do by showing them objects, which of course should be related to the content. Ready to do some creative writing? Inspire them with sensory objects. Getting ready to read a book? Show them objects from the book and ask them to make connections, predictions, or ask questions. Or start with a question. Find out what your students already know or think about a topic with a question. Ask the whole class. Encourage small group discussions. Write it on the board and ask students to do a quick write or try using a poll. Questions are a great way to get your students thinking. Start with a movement. You can also start with a movement, and for this strategy, you start your lesson with a question. But the twist is that you get everyone on their feet to answer it. So students are able to sit down when they share the answers with the class. That can be a very, very good way of introducing a lesson. You can also start with a mistake. Make learning from mistakes a natural part of your daily lessons. You can use formative assessment. So using formative assessment activity, you can actually use it as an opportunity to teach students to learn from their mistakes. You can also introduce a lesson by reviewing the previous lesson. Of course, I know this is a very popular way of introducing lessons by many teachers. So you may find students easily forget what they did in the previous lesson. So it is always worth reviewing what they have studied in the last class. And of course, this helps keep the material fresh in the students' minds and helps them recall the vocabulary and language they have studied. Use media. Since modern classrooms contain useful multimedia equipment, it is easy to exploit audiovisual content to help kick off an interesting and successful lesson. Pictures are useful for creating interest in the topic you are about to teach. You can also use photos to introduce your lesson, drawings, cartoons, paintings, symbols, flashcards, magazines, advertisements, and name them. So pictures allow students to be creative as they are open to different interpretation. Use class discussions. Discussions can also be a very good way of introducing a class. So discussions can be used to begin a class with a high level of students. Pose a question or question to the students about the topic you are going to teach to generate discussion and debate. So class discussion helps to improve the students' critical thinking skills and get the students thinking about what they know about the subject. The other way of introducing your lesson or starting a class is by using error correction activities. Using error correction activities to start the class is an interesting way to review and draw attention to language points such as punctuation, spelling, grammar rules for those teachers who are teaching language or English. An effective activity is to write sentences on the board which are related to the topic you are teaching and contain mistakes for students to spot. So here you also begin by asking students to come on the board and correct the mistakes. So this way is one of the most popular for English and language teachers. Number 10, introduce with poetry. Introducing new content through poetry is a unique way to integrate literacy into any content area. There are poems written about almost anything. And if you can't find exactly what you are looking for, try your own hand at poetry and create your own, customized for your needs. And finally, use a relevant story or a relevant song, especially for those who are teaching early years or early childhood education classes. So with this, that marks the end of my presentation, where I've been able to introduce to you ways through which you can introduce your lesson or your class. If you like my video, kindly subscribe. You can like or even share it to friends. Thank you.